Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting day because we are going to be watching, reacting to, talking about the Percy Jackson documentary that just came out on Disney+. It's called A Hero's Journey. It's about 50 minutes long and I'm guessing it's going to go behind the scenes looking at the filming of Percy Jackson and all the work that went into it. So I am super excited to watch this. Just as a disclosure, I am by no means an expert on any of this, any filmmaking, acting, anything like that. I honestly am just a huge Percy Jackson fan. I have loved this series so far. I was a book reader, I'm a show lover, and so with that being said, my opinions and what I say might be different than yours, and that's okay, but to my core, I'm a PJO lover, so yeah.
From the very first days of
Oh
the
my
project,
gosh.
we've been talking about viewers
I'm
all
so
over the
excited
world,
to hear what Rick says
especially
about the show.
kids, to see
Okay.
in them the
First time pausing. Okay. The way he says this show is made especially for kids. Let's keep that in mind. But yeah, on top of that, I'm going to be pausing and talking about this as we watch it. So this might be kind of a long video, but
It demands
oh my God, Leah.
I think we've all committed to.
Growing up with such an
Wow.
iconic series, it's insane being able to bring that to life.
You can tell that the kids are just such Percy Jackson fans too. Wow, the sets look crazy behind the scenes.
This is so cool.
That was me watching it. Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
So committed all season. This story turned into something bigger than I had ever anticipated.
Sally.
We are embarking on the biggest adventure any of us have ever been on.
Welcome to you all. Welcome to New York Comic Con. I hope you feel the love. You guys feeling good?
Yeah, thank you so much.
New York Comic Con 2 months before the premiere. Okay, I just need to say I literally was so close to going to New York Comic Con, and I was so sad that I didn't
And
go.
sold around the world. Ability to the fan base
I did go to a
was
con though, and I did wear my Percy Jackson t-shirt. I'll insert a picture.
this material right in the center, building this with
Aw.
us. It was
Rick is such.
essential. It
We
was
love
crucial.
Rick.
It was
I just love him.
going to make
Okay, Vancouver.
We're at the volume stage at Mammoth Studios, and we're doing the camera tests. I'm excited.
So
Everything
baby.
looks awesome so
Aw.
far. I'm excited to start filming.
This was never a project that I wanted to do just because I wanted to do it. It was more about the fans that have read the books over the years. I knew that there was this sort of pent-up demand for a really faithful adaptation of the stories.
Oh my God, not Rick being like, I know everyone hated the movies and they want a better thing for it.
Started as a bedtime story for my son.
when
I
he
love
was
that.
feeling not so great about himself because of his learning differences.
It's gonna make me cry. Like the fact that all of this just started from Rick being a good dad.
And dyslexia, but was also a hero. It's crazy how it went from the bedtime story 20 years ago to here we are.
has their own idea about what
I thought the casting they ate. The casting was so good.
I had a couple calls with like the producers, Dan and John, and I thought I wasn't gonna get any more. And Rick joined, and then he told me himself with Becky that I got the part, which was
That's
really cool.
adorable.
He
You can tell that he loves being Percy.
He has Percy's snark, also a sense of wonder.
He does. He has the snark.
Good at his age. He's really wonderful.
He is the real deal. He is talented.
Their chemistry, Sally and Percy's chemistry is like the best mother-son chemistry I really have seen on screen. They're amazing together. Oh, this is I'm gonna
I sent him
rewatch
the
the
tape,
show.
like partly as a joke. I
As a joke,
was convinced
bruh.
I wasn't gonna get it because this is like such an iconic
And he's
show.
our Grover. He is like just perfect Grover. Leah or Leia?
My audition process was a lot of auditions. I started off, I was like flirting with, like, I like your sword. Oh my gosh, like, you know,
Wait,
that's cool. I had to do that.
What? It's the first time I'm hearing of this.
I'm sorry. That
Individually,
what?
you know, between the three didn't work. The show doesn't work. And Walker, Leah, and Arian just had that perfect chemistry fit.
I'm Andrew McElroy, and I'm the acting coach on Percy Jackson Season 1.
He ate. He ate.
Try to coax their imaginative life out of them, and the group has come together incredibly well. Leah, Arian,
Yes,
Walker.
they definitely.
Andrew, super cool.
They
He's
meld
very
so
funny.
well
Andrew
together.
is just the best. I don't know.
It took us no time at all to actually build a group, to build an
They're so funny.
character with each
I'm
other.
about to tell him about Chronos.
Lovely.
It's not like we're just throwing it out there. Every single line means something, and it's not just a throwaway.
Because what's the word for glory?
Class.
Class. So where's the glory in that, right? And there is nothing that's mentioned in this book that we can't actually point to and say, we know what that is. Because there's not a word that I don't let the actors have substantiated. Yeah. Gorgeous. You see what I mean? It's like, what is it not that?
It really is a hero's journey in every sense,
I
and we're
just
all
love hearing
across
Rick
the
talk
map.
about this. Like, this is his
There are a
baby.
lot of
It takes a lot. It takes physical locations. We also have virtual environments brought to life by industrial light and magic.
Scene one, take one, day one, action.
Day one.
It's a lot of ones.
The volume here in Vancouver and Stagecraft is the first ever Canadian volume built.
Wow, the first
It
ever.
is the game changer.
They
It's
didn't
the future.
actually film at the Met. I didn't know that.
You can make it look like you're anywhere in the world, and it truly does. You feel like you're there. Like I feel like I'm in the
That
forest
is-
right now.
Within the computer,
That
all
scene
of this
killed me.
exists as a 3D scene, which we can move around and we can manipulate as we want.
Not gonna lie, I'm
Sometimes it's
learning a
something
lot
as
about
easy as moving a
filmmaking
tree
right now.
around.
And it creates these backgrounds that you're seeing in the camera.
We mount tracking objects on top of the camera to find out the exact tracking position of where the camera is in
Oh,
relation to the
wow.
volume so that we can project
That's
them on
so
the walls.
cool.
One of the big
This is my dad,
Walker's dad. I don't know first name anymore.
and this is his first time on the volume stage.
Yes, this is absolutely amazing. I'm
So
excited to
cute.
watch Walkman do his magic here on
Walkman.
this stage.
Can I get you any? Amazing. You basically don't have to use your imagination,
Ugh.
which is great for me because I have none whatsoever.
We can push
The
this,
Star Wars
this new
stuff.
discipline
Sorry,
of virtual
sorry.
production to way higher grounds.
Okay, I'm excited to see how they did the monsters because I've been seeing like on Twitter and stuff that they've used a lot of practical effects. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I'm pretty excited to see how this all comes together.
Yeah, I think it's gonna spin. I think they're gonna spin it.
It was really my first introduction on how tiring it can be to film on a set. They got to shake the car around and seeing like trucks and like the volume stage and glaring lights in the rain and the water towers. It
Oh,
was fantastic.
that's amazing.
Yeah, this is a fun week. Can't wait for the 46 more or something.
That's funny.
Morning. You gotta stand like this.
One of the biggest challenges when you take a book and make it on the screen is creating a plausible world. So from our props to our costume to our set design, it had to be very tangible, very real.
The heads of departments on the show, they're bringing their own ideas of what it means to inhabit the qualities that these characters in the books do. And it lets
love
the
that.
world breathe from the bottom up.
Oh,
We had over
costumes are
120
so good.
children that we were
Over
going to have to put armor
120
on,
kids.
and tried to come up
That's
with
so
something
cool.
that was reminiscent of ancient Greek armor, but just modified the shape so that the children would be able to wear it.
Putting on my costume for the first time really made me
Oh
feel
my God, she's
like,
giving
oh
me
yeah, I'm a part of
shivers,
this
like-
now. I'm so ready. This came from Shein. This came from
Vuitton.
yeah, Louis Vuitton, and this is Gucci. His stuff just came from I don't know.
This is Goodwill. It's a $10 outfit, I think.
And we were talking
they're
to the
so
props
funny.
department about Riptide.
Yes.
I
Yep.
said it has to be like really, really plain looking, like a 30-cent ballpoint pen. But they did put this really cool
Oh,
detail.
that's
The
just
guard
really
on
cool.
the pen cap is shaped like the blade of Riptide.
Well, don't tell anybody, but I'm stealing that sword.
Aw.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm taking that home.
Oh my god, the fields of asphodel were just
We're
like.
in asphodel with asphodelians.
You don't know which ones are alive or which ones are mannequins.
And being true to that, I tend to start off with some concept artists.
Wow, what
and
cool
then
concept
set
art.
designers do their magic.
We are in stage 4 at Mammoth Studios, building the Terminus set for episode 5. And what we're standing in will be a 32,000 cubic foot tank of water,
Wow.
where Percy and Annabeth come to retrieve Ares' shield.
There
The
it is.
amount of work that was put into
So here
this is
we are at
just
the
so
Terminus
impressive
amazing
to me.
water set. A lot of fun.
That in my best jacuzzi.
He says
Oh my
best
God.
jacuzzi
Can I actually
ever. That's
take a
hilarious.
quick dip at the end? I wouldn't mind if
At Langley, which had all the
Langley?
attributes
I
we
want to know
needed.
where this was actually.
And then we needed to build our world.
This has been about a 3-month
Wow.
process. A lot of the work was bringing in an incredible amount of greens, digging out this pond, basically taking Dan Hanna's concept art and realizing it into this space.
It came together so well.
Yeah,
Just
that looks
seeing all of the
so
cabins
cool.
in that U formation. It's so weird because I've been imagining that since like 3rd grade, and then actually
Girl,
being
me
there
too.
and
Me
seeing
too.
that, like walking in and doing scenes in the cabin. It's just, you can't even describe it. It's really cool.
It's Percy Jackson.
I think the things that have always plays Luke is like the big brother that everyone
So
wants.
true,
And Walker
so
immediately
true.
looked up to him.
This is a daily occurrence on set, trying to get the perfect death.
One time we were at Camp Athlete, we did it so much that I had like a 5-star print on my forearm.
They're
Charlie?
silly and goofy.
Walker, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
Dude, it's been so long.
It's been so.
Yes.
Dudes being
There's some
bros,
wish
for
fulfillment,
real.
I think, in a story about a kid who's always
I said remake Friends, and I really connected with that while I was reading the books. I think so.
He is fantastic as Percy, and he's lovely to work with, and he's a really
I love him.
great actor.
Clarice.
Clarice is a complicated one. She is
such
his
a
nemesis
complex
at the beginning.
character. I thought Dior
character that
is
we all love to
amazing.
hate, that's for
I
sure.
love her.
I just want you to admit that you are.
That laugh.
For Percy, she's a bit like the sort of bully
And the
he's used to dealing
scream.
with at school.
Oh my gosh.
But he sort of learns that he's actually quite good at fighting.
For us, that moment with Clarice was really the eye-opening moment for him of all of the things he was capable of and never knew.
This.
She can really
Yeah.
scream.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
that one scene at her.
You know, the way I bet he was
Poseidon
actually
affects
scared.
Percy's
He wasn't
journey,
acting.
and
He
I
was
think
terrified.
he sort of intervenes at certain points.
We chose very much to shoot practically because I love the experience of the actor of being in the environment of water.
We're at a training facility in Vancouver. This is where we've been working with Walker, training him. Hi. The joys of getting in a costume.
I
It feels like
it feels gross.
Well, cold because
We have put him through a freediving youth course, and he flew through it with flying colors. He's very comfortable in the water. And we're just layering skill so that they're able to simply focus on performing.
So adorable.
The commitment for a 13-year-old, I have never seen anything like it. He's put in the
So
tank.
real.
He was underwater for most of the day with scuba gear.
Yeah, that seems
Okay, here
very
we go.
intense.
And it's on you, buddy.
It is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And then you have to perform on top of that.
The amount of layers that went into this.
Just breathe.
Working with the
Oh my
kids in the
gosh.
water was awesome.
We're noticing that, like, oh yeah, we need to get out of this boat before something happens. That's when we.
Coming to set, they knew the pressure that was on them because
Yeah,
if
it's
we
a
didn't
lot of
get this
pressure.
take, it would take another hour for them to dry off and do a take 2.
I didn't even think about
So
that.
I just was
That's
real with them
crazy.
because they're smart kids, and I said, you know what? At the
Jump! Yeah!
Aw.
Good job, guys!
and they nailed it. I was so proud of them. Leah had rehearsed in a pool many times, and I was so proud of her because she was nervous but committed, and that's all you can ever ask.
So sweet.
One thing I can say, she's a hard worker, so if anybody works harder than Leah, that's something to see.
She's a perfectionist.
She really is.
The challenge is more
Pino's
of
kid.
Leah proving that this role is for her.
Come on. Also, I want to talk about that. The amount of pressure that's put on Leah, not just to act and to, you know, like the other kids. I mean, let's talk about it. It's the fact that so many people didn't want her to have this role just because she's a woman of color. I just have so much love for what she's doing and how she's doing it, how graceful she has been throughout this whole process. I think it's so amazing.
Percy. You know, proving the fact that she's a wise girl, she's tough, I think it pushes her.
I could come in the room at night and she's studying her lines and I'm asking her, Leah, what you doing? I'm not Leah right now, I'm Annabeth.
I'm not
The
Leah
moment
right
we
now.
met
man.
Leah, it was one of those moments where a character that had only really existed on the page as far as the show goes started to come into focus.
She has
She
this
is
sense of
Annabeth.
groundedness
She
to
is
her
so
that's
Annabeth.
really rare.
It's great to work with Leah. She's exactly how I envisioned Annabeth.
Annabeth is the most reasonable. She keeps the group on track. She always is one step ahead. That's the big thing. She's always one step ahead.
So
And Leah
interesting.
does a
She's always
phenomenal
one
job
step
playing.
ahead.
I do feel like Annabeth on and off of set. I've become this character so much now that like I'm always like, wait, who's that? Wait, no, I hear something. What is that?
That's so
There's
funny.
a combination of strength.
Aries
She
is that
ate.
way. Zeus
She
is
ate
that
this
way.
scene.
My mother is that way. But I don't want to be that way anymore.
The challenge to creature design on a show
we get to
like
see
this
creature
is
design
these
now?
are creatures that have existed for thousands of years. There have been endless interpretations of what the Chimera or Minotaur looks like. It was important to us as storytellers that every time you meet a creature on the show, it feels like it could only exist in this show. At the same time, adhering to the canon of what that creature is mythologically. So it creates an interesting puzzle. How do you do something new without it feeling too new?
I feel like
a lot
that
of that
was a lot
was
of the
attacked
show,
from the
like
same
doing
place that we
something
attacked
new
casting,
without it
which was
being
just trying to
too
figure who they were. And
Oh,
impart some
so
level of
cool.
humanity and personality to all of these creatures and to let that then come out.
Confess, and you will suffer less pain.
Hi, I'm Megan Mullally, and I play Mrs. Dodds / Electo.
Mrs. Dodds?
I also turn into this monster and try to eat them frequently. Where?
She seems so funny. I love her.
The most fun.
Pleasure to meet you, son of Poseidon.
I love her too.
I'm Jessica Parker Kennedy, and I'm playing Medusa. This is my motion capture hat, which you won't see. You'll see snakes. It'll be very scary. I hope you're very, very afraid. When I ship your statues to Olympus, maybe that will get my point across.
Together, you don't want to take away the importance of the character
the
either,
snakes looked
so
really cool.
it's kind of a complementary actor in a way, but it's all grounded to reality and feels real.
We'd seen
Myth
a
of
number of
magic.
iterations of a Minotaur that felt a little impersonal, like that he was a monster only. We wanted to let him be someone who felt like he had a little bit more personality than that.
We have brought in the best of the best to bring these things to life.
Our lead partners at ILM, both in terms of helping us create the world and the environments and helping us create a number of these creatures,
So
are
cool.
doing it at a level that's pretty astonishing to us in terms of what's possible and how real these creatures can be made to feel.
What do you think of this show? It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
You make this business, man.
It's amazing, but let's just completely change it.
That's how I imagine
You're
working
funny.
actually
How hard could this be?
in film would be.
What's been the most fun part of this show is these kids' enthusiasm for the stunt work. We have such a great stunt team who are so collaborative. But Walker is obsessed.
Walker is obsessed. Growing up with little brothers, like, that makes sense.
He's great to work with because he's athletic and he understands the whole process. When we try to explain to him what's going on, he's miles ahead of us.
I have so much respect for
Wow.
that kid. This is a long shoot. He is in like every single day, and he still is able to keep such a good energy.
Watching him get to perform his own stunts, it's like watching your kid at a sports game.
them up
You let go of the brake, and all of a sudden,
You can just tell how
it's a lot of stuff going on at once, and you have to really pay attention.
You can really just tell how much each person in their own special category cares about what they're doing. Like, so cool. I'm impressed that
Never
he
had a
did
chance,
a lot of
did
his
you?
own stunts. He looks so sickly.
So this like sprinting. It's kind of like the scene from Rocky 3, but not like it at all.
We thought like Cerberus was just gonna like grab Grover by the back of the clothes and like swallow him. But in the previous, he literally just eats him. He grabs him from like the waist up. It's scary. Pretty cool to watch. It's a little hard not to laugh because 1 second you're running and I'm like watching him run and then he just gets.
I would be dying.
I think this is my stunt double Vesh. He's really cool. He's shredded.
He's shredded.
But in that first month of prep,
love
it was
him.
me working with a movement coach, learning how to walk like a goat, and wire work and stunts. All things I had never done before. It was awesome. Grover, Percy.
He loves it every single day to be
The fact that
here,
they can
to
have
be
the
on the
parents
set,
in
and
talking
to
about
be
their
working.
kids is so cute too.
Really zoom in on this.
We are applying the slaughter
ew.
of the Cerberus three-headed dog.
Arian Samadri is the heart of this show. His warmth, his vulnerability.
First tape I saw of Arian, I was like rolling on the floor.
Rolling in the
laughing.
deep.
Yeah, I don't know. The animals are all set.
He not only got.
I'm really humble, and I have to say I'm the best person on set.
That is a very humble opinion.
Yeah, I'm really modest, but I'm just like so good at everything.
Are they dragging you to the pits of hell today?
Oh no, that's later this.
No, that's later.
What a crazy job we have.
I know.
Oh, look, here they come. We weren't talking about you.
They get to do their schoolwork and they get to play and rest and relax and interact with each other.
So basically, I am in 8th grade and I'm learning algebra, but right now I am learning solving equations.
What's your favorite subject, Leah?
Math.
The main thing we want to do is, even though they're working,
Makes my heart
is
so
we
happy
want
to see them
to
be kids.
keep their childhood as intact as possible. Walker loves the camera department because every time I lose him, I know he's going to be in the camera front. And he wants to learn from them. He wants to learn how to do camera.
Aw.
John, Mike?
So we're going to integrate that into his schooling so that we don't always have to pull him from what he loves on set and put him into a room.
To me, it's important as teachers that we create a
so
space
cute. I love
where
them.
kids can be kids on set.
You have the right to an attorney.
Did you learn this just from watching 21 Jump Street?
Yes.
Did you learn this just from watching 21 Jump Street? That's me. Yes.
That requires
the
an
score
epic
was
score.
so good.
My name is Bear
so
McCreary.
good.
I am the lead composer at Sparks and Shadows, and together we are the composers for Percy, Jackson, and the Olympians. I wanted to make sure that the emotion is there.
The emotion was there. It was.
Are not broken.
At the same time, we're going to end with a big battle. So I also needed to make sure that the score had some cinematic propulsion.
There's a slushy machine.
Everyone's so
There's like 4 of
excited
them.
about the slushy machine.
They built this mall, and then they never ended up using it, and so we just built this whole second.
Wait, that is
Lowe's
so
Casino.
cool.
It's
They
huge.
just took a
There's like working escalators.
old mall.
It's a big hurdle to clear when a book says it's a place that seems so fun and so engrossing we never want to leave, and then you got to go produce that, and they did it.
But one thing we added to the Lotus Casino, Hermes.
Who was your first choice for Hermes?
We got him.
Hey, demigods.
He
Welcome.
did so well.
Lin-Manuel
He's just
Miranda,
such an
Hamilton.
amazing
He's the
Hamilton.
coolest guy ever.
He's just such an amazing
We
actor.
spent like a week watching Hamilton to like prepare to meet him.
Dogs require maintenance.
Right.
Being with Lin-Manuel, it was amazing. He was very chill. He was very funny, and like he made me laugh like a million gazillion times.
TikTok, Mr. Wick.
I'm here with
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
and I'm going to be interviewing him in the Lotus Hotel Casino.
This may take forever, literally. I didn't know much about Greek mythology until I started reading these books with my kids. I really fell in love with all of the different myths, really via Rick's incredible writing and the way he wove these original characters into the tapestry that is Greek mythology.
So cool that you're here to be able to play Hermes. Like, perfect casting, honestly. How do you identify with Hermes?
There's something really fun about Hermes because he's really hard to pin down. He's a trickster god. He's a god of commerce. He's the god of everything that goes down in this casino. He's just kind of the god of a lot of different little things.
He's always doing something.
And that's how I feel, too.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is the coolest guy ever. That's all I have to say.
That's adorable.
He's the coolest dude ever.
He's the coolest dude ever.
Hi, I'm Walker Scobell, and this is...
Adam Copeland.
Who would win a wrestling match between you and me?
I mean, do you want the real answer?
We'll go with the draw. I don't want to embarrass you in front of these guys.
Sure.
Fighting Adam Copeland. That's like career goals. I mean, that's awesome.
He's a wrestler, right? Everyone's like, you should be scared of him in the
Leah?
show, right? I don't have to act scared. I am scared of real life of this guy.
That is awesome.
He's a wrestler, right?
He is one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life.
He plays
Squirrel, like a little, like a sweetheart. I mean,
really ripped 6'4" squirrel.
Huge chipmunk.
Single combat.
A lot of this stuff has been pretty physical. Like, I've been whipping around. He's like a bobblehead, but no complaints. He just powers through. And he's also having a blast, and so am I. I love watching the progression, the hero becoming the hero. And you always have to have a great villain to pull those layers out. So that's been fun with this season, is I get to be that villain.
I'm not scared of the sun. I'm scared of Adam.
This fight was so well done.
This battle sets the tone.
Wow.
It's what the whole first season builds to. It has to feel epic and it has to feel huge. And it's the first inclination we get of what Percy becomes.
That was cool. I'm excited to see it all spliced together. I could do a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, I love filming, but I also love sleeping in.
Stop!
A really good win.
Adorable. The Mandalorian bag.
But he loved. We would help him open the doors, but he had to go through it on his own. As a parent, it was emotional for me because you see a kid find the thing that he's supposed to do at such a young age. And as an adult, like I'm 45 and I'm still looking for the thing I'm supposed to do. But he finds it, and not only do they find it and have so much passion and desire to learn, and you realize like the gift for someone at that age to have to get an education in every aspect of film.
Go for a walk.
Keep it beside you, though, right? Easy now. Keep two hands on it. Yeah. To be here and to get to watch my son find this and become. Sorry, who he's becoming has been the greatest gift I could ever ask for.
Tearing up. I know. That's so sweet.
It is also, I think, a story about the strength of their own humanity.
Percy's about this unit. These three amazing kids who have to work together. And it's the same thing that was with this show.
And that's what I've been finding the entire way through this show, that spirit of goodwill.
No matter what happens, we meet back here next year.
Aww.
All of us. Right here.
These kids have grown up in so many ways, just personally as individuals, as team members, as leaders of this show, and as performers. And it all started with a book.
The way that is how every
people
single
around the world adore.
person my age is
we have
Lightning Thief
responsibility
copy
for what
looks.
this book means and,
Like
and what it's trying
the
to
tattered
say.
spine, just
I took the job because of
so
a little
real.
boy named Liam. He's my godson. And he said, Virginia, what have you been doing today? And I said, I made this audition tape for this show. And he said, what show? And I was like, oh, it's this thing called Percy Jackson. We were walking down a street in Queens. He stopped.
Oh, she's from New York?
and his whole body changed, and like tears filled his eyes. And it was at that moment I thought, oh my God, this is really important to people, and this is really important to someone I love, and I want to be a part of telling a story that makes that child
She's my Sally.
respond
She
in
is
that way.
my Sally.
So that's why I'm here.
The books are really special to me because it felt good to have them on like a really bad day or when things were hard.
I have ADHD, and I love how they empowered kids with ADHD.
I think I've reread all of them 6 times so far.
Real.
I enjoyed them a lot in 3rd grade, and I still enjoy them now rereading them.
Me, as a
I feel like it makes me
22-year-old.
realize that I can achieve really great things in my life, and like I don't have to like be someone like super important or anything, and that's good enough.
As you can tell, it takes more than a village to create something as epic as Percy Jackson. Thank you for making this an amazing panel, guys. Give it up one more time for the crew. Percy Jackson and the
It's really critical for me that viewers all over the world can look at this show and say, I could be Annabeth Chase, or Percy Jackson, or Grover. And to see you can be a hero no matter what you look like, no matter what your personal challenges are, no matter where you come from. What it's really about is tapping into the best that's inside us, drawing on that, and doing what we know needs to be done in those hard moments. And hopefully getting to do what needs to be done with some great friends around you.
Riordan, you're on my butt.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That was so sweet. It was so cool to just see all the behind the scenes stuff. I was really, really impressed. I guess I didn't realize how much they did practically. And I kind of, after I watched this, was looking into it, and so much was done practically. And it's just funny that so many people are like, oh, that didn't look real, blah, 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 when like they literally brought a flamethrower to show the fire. Like, oh, so much of it was practical. But yeah, that was really good. I think that this show did an amazing job. And at the end too, when they're talking like saying they wanted everyone to be able to see themselves as these characters, I think they really did that. And I think that this show, just like the books, is going to mean so much to so many people, me included. This, not only the nostalgic aspect, but just seeing so many different types of people represented in this show is really significant and really amazing. The writers, I think, did so well. The effects to me were amazing. You can just tell the love and care that every single person put into the show. It is so amazing and paid off. It really, in my opinion, paid off. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. It's a little bit of a longer one. I'm gonna try to edit it down so it's not super crazy long. I hope everyone enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts if you watched the behind the scenes stuff or not yet. I also am fingers crossed. Hopefully we get a season 2 announcement soon. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video and you want to see more kind of long content like this. I definitely want to be doing more in the future. And I will see you all next time. Bye!